We give you a news headline, and you will guess the missing word or phrase. When you know the answer, just blurt it out, and if correct, keep track of your winning points in your head, with a pen, or with a counter. New Orleans website. No blank parades in 2021. The answer is Mardi Gras. Parades of any kind will not be permitted this year because large gatherings have proven to be super-spreader events of the COVID-19 virus, according to the Mardi Gras frequently asked questions page on the city's site. Over 92,000 sexual abuse claims have been filed against the blank. The answer is Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts filed for bankruptcy in February. Blank pressuring the Georgia Secretary of State to throw out ballots. The answer is Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham, who not only refuses to acknowledge Biden's victory but is apparently determined to help Trump undermine it. Country singer blank partly funded Moderna COVID vaccine research. The answer is Dolly Parton. The country music icon's $1 million donation supported the latest breakthrough by Moderna and several research papers. Trump is trying to lease blank land for drilling before Biden takes over. The answer is Arctic. No company has ever drilled in the coastal plain of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, which is the country's largest wildlife refuge. Blank says that elderly people shouldn't miss their final Thanksgiving, so go ahead and hold that superspreader event. The answer is Scott Atlas. Public health officials across the country have warned of large holiday gatherings for fear they might spark an avalanche of COVID-19 cases. Blank slams fellow senator as a complete ass over wearing mask. The answer is Ted Cruz. The CDC advises that people should wear masks in public settings and when around people who don't live in your household. China used secret blank pulse weapon to cook Indian soldiers alive, and force them into retreat in Himalayan border battle. The answer is microwave. The microwave weapons heat water molecules in the same way as the kitchen appliance, targeting water under the skin and causing increasing amounts of pain to the target from ranges of up to 0.6 miles away. For Thanksgiving Day, Zoom will lift its 40-minute time limit for blank. The answer is free meetings. The tech giant has done extremely well since the start of the pandemic when schools and offices around the world were forced to move operations entirely online. Amazon opens online blank, shaking up another industry. The answer is pharmacy. The potential impact of Amazon's arrival in the pharmaceutical space rippled through that sector immediately.
It seems like every day that goes by, in this presidency, the bar of decency descends to a new low. It is common knowledge, and not at all news that Donald Trump is a serial compulsive liar, as is his press secretary, and much of his administration. Weekly we encounter the grim, growing statistics that reflects the magnitude of his mistruths. At last count it hovered a wrong 20,000 false or misleading statements, delivered to a gullible populace, many of whom gobble it up as gospel. Now, most of us newshounds are used to the fact that when Trump speaks to a reporter, his messages are not designed to convince the interviewer. Trump, on cue, bulldozes on, and casts his spin and mistruths to a much wider audience. He knows that Fox News, OAN, and other right-wing pseudo-news organizations will take his lies and promote them to an uneducated and ignorant populace. No, Trump speaks over the head of his reporters to his base, whom he has misled from the very beginning. It is not hard to see why over 70 million Americans have been bamboozled into believing the Trump messaging, when they turn to Fox News for their information and news. Recently, a number of Trumpers, who of course, are COVID victims, with their last few seconds of life on Earth, seem to be echoing the same sentiments. They wonder out loud why they are so sick, protesting to the very end that COVID is a hoax. They just don't get it. The Trump criminal organization seems to be getting bolder, and more desperate in their attempts to betray the American people. Yesterday, Lindsey Graham was exposed for trying to get the Georgia governor to destroy ballots. And he just shrugs it off as nonsense without hesitation, guilt, or remorse. It is a known fact that criminals that continue to get away with their crimes, will engage in more and more brazen acts, as a sense of invincibility takes over their flawed thinking. Trump lost the election. There is a new sheriff in town, and soon the work will begin of sifting through the wreckage of what was the Trump criminal organization known as the Republican Party. Biden will find the flight recorder within the wreckage, and put together the events that transpired that led to the heavier-than-lead downfall of the Trumpian balloon. When that happens, karma will catch up to the bad guys, and history will show, yet again, that all criminal enterprises eventually come apart, and their undoing will be witnessed by a revenge-seeking, seriously aggrieved electorate. We are now witnessing that bloated, misguided craft tumbling faster and faster towards Earth.